for Shots and Ladders, your home for gambling, drinking, and degeneracy. On this first episode back of the 2025 season, Connor and I are super excited to break down every single game on the Week 3 slate. We've got a bunch of different divisional matchups. We are starting off hot with the NFL. They are not messing around. Last year, off to a slow start for the National Football League, and they said, we're not doing that anymore. We've decided, you know what? No more slow starts. We don't like it. The schedule makers came out, and they put divisional game after divisional game after divisional game. Now, a lot of the head coaches that are out of the NFL that are talking, or even head coaches that are still coaching in the league, have talked about how that's fucking brutal. They don't love it. They're not huge fans, but it's exciting if you are a football fan. We get to watch tough games. We get to watch these matchups where, maybe your team gets the shit beat out of you week 1, maybe week 2 by a divisional opponent, but guess what? You get to see them week 15, week 14, and try to right the ship. So we've got a base idea of what's going on in the National Football League, and we get to get started on our Shots and Ladders podcast. So the way today is going to go, this episode, we are going to break down the spreads for every single game on the Sunday slate as well as the Monday game. Wish they would do 2 games again. That was nice.
It was nice being
electric.
able to watch a little doubleheader like that. I wish the first one would have started a little bit earlier, but went a little bit late.
Yeah, it did go late. It would be tough to go 3 p.m. Pacific time, I feel like, but either way, it was awesome having 2 Monday night games. If they could set up the schedule to where, because last week it was 1 Thursday night game, and then you have 9 11 o'clock Mountain Time games.
Yeah.
3 in the afternoon, 1 Sunday night game, 2 Monday night football games. If you set it up where you had a 5 o'clock Thursday game, 8 o'clock Thursday game, 6 afternoon games, 6 morning games on Sunday, 4 afternoon games, a Sunday night game, and then 2 Monday night games. To me, that's a dream schedule.
Perfect.
But tough to make that.
I was going to say, I'm a big believer that even in the Sunday morning slate, there should be no more than 8. 8 is perfect because now with the quad screen that you can do with all of the different streaming services, you get 2 TVs, which is what we have set up. You have 4 games on each of the 2 TVs, and you can watch every single game that's going on. And obviously, that takes away some of the components for them having, like the NFL Red Zone and everything.
Yeah,
but
that's what you have to think about, though. If you're the National Football League, is everybody has YouTube TV now. Everybody's using the NFL Sunday Ticket. That's their biggest product, and everybody's using the Quad Box. You have 9 games on them, and then the Quad Box in the afternoon slate when you only have 3 games.
It just doesn't.
It looks
fit.
bad.
It doesn't.
Well, you have
it doesn't work.
It looks like you're not even using a third of your TV.
Yeah.
Which you're actually technically not using a quarter of your TV. So, yeah, don't love that. But we are going to break down every single game against the spread for the Sunday slate and the Monday night game, and then we're going to build our ladder parlay. Fresh reminder on what the ladder parlay is. So we are going to start with a 3-leg parlay. We're going to place that bet. 3-leg parlay of what we think absolutely, without a doubt, no-brainer should happen. From that 3-leg parlay, we're going to add 2 legs, 5-leg parlay. So we have the same 3 plus the 5-leg, or plus the extra 2 legs. That's our 5-leg parlay. Then we're going to create a 7-leg parlay. First 5 plus 2 more. 9-leg parlay. First 7 plus 2 more. And then we're going to get to the 11-leg parlay. First 9 plus 2 more.
All it takes is 1 week. Why not us?
1 week.
Why not this week? First week back.
Why not
Shots
us?
and Ladders. Why not us? Why not this week?
Gotta tell you, with pick'ems, I'm kind of seeing the field. You're seeing the field.
We're understanding it.
You're 26.
Making sense.
You're 26 and 13. I'm 24 and 15.
I had less than that. I was gonna say I
don't know.
I'm still one of the few people in the single-digit losses over here.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm so 24 and 8. You're 23 and 9. So that's not bad. Not bad. We're going like 12 and 4, 11 and 5 week to week.
We're seeing the field.
We're seeing the field as far as how it goes. Just got done watching the Buffalo-Miami game. Much more of a game than I was expecting that to be. Shout out the Dolphins for actually putting up a fight. They've looked lackluster is a very kind word that I could use to describe their first 2 weeks. It did not start out good for the Miami Dolphins. So they actually came out, they put up a fight for the first little bit, and then Tua decided to give up on trying to make a comeback and
He just threw a bad
throw it
interception.
straight to the
Yeah.
Bills. Bills Nation, let's go.
I think the Dolphins are playing for Mike McDaniel's job right now, and that was
He's got it. I mean, you have to think he's probably the most on a hot seat coach in the NFL already.
his seat's the hot. I mean, he's in Miami. His seat's already going to be the hottest, but his seat is the hottest by far.
Yeah.
Because when you're thinking about like the coaching carousel of, okay, we know every single year at least 6 head coaching jobs open up. It's hard at the beginning of the season to think like, what 6 head coaches are going to get fired? Mike McDaniel's one where it's like, okay, he's probably gone.
And it sucks because he's fun to root for. Like, he's always been an enjoyable coach to watch and listen to press conferences about. But you watch how that team's performed over the last couple of years with all of the star-studded power that they have, all of the speed on that team. I mean, this is almost the same team last year that put up 70 points in a game in week 3 or 4 against the Denver Broncos, who then went on to have one of the best defenses in the NFL with a Defensive Player of the Year. They put up 70 points against that team. This is a lot of the same players.
Right.
And you look at what they did when the late season collapse with all the Tua stuff, and they're looking like they're on that same trajectory now. So I do not think it would be a bad idea for the Dolphins to start looking for the future. Start looking for their next move.
That's what their fans want. Their fans are not pleased with the Mike McDaniel era. But to dive into our first game Sunday morning, we've got an 8.5 spread.
One of the larger ones.
Green Bay,
yeah. Is it the largest spread of the day?
Well, tonight was a 12.5. And the Dolphins did cover.
Yeah, they did.
That's what I predicted. Toot my own horn there. But Packers 8.5-point favorites in Cleveland against the Browns. Browns are 8.5-point underdogs. Now the Browns have Joe Flacco slinging the rock for him, which I happen to be a Joe Flacco believer. Their run game has been tough, but they have been able to stop the run. Against the Green Bay Packers, you have Aaron Jones.
Josh Jacobs.
Aaron Jones is out for the Vikings, but Josh Jacobs is the Packers.
The Browns' run game, though, we don't want to talk about that. They're rookie running backs right now. Quinshon Judkins came back last week. They were starting to ease him back into the role. So they have kind of a 3-headed backfield right now with Judkins, Jerome Ford, who's, I think by the end of the year, he's not even going to be a top 2 running back for the team. Between Judkins and then, oh gosh, who's the other? Who's the receiving back? I have him in fantasy. It's terrible that I don't know this off the top of my head. But he's been a dog as far as receiving back goes. Dylan Sampson. Dylan Sampson. He's the number 17 ranked fantasy running back in the NFL right now. Because he's putting up some numbers as far as out of the backfield work goes.
PPR, obviously.
And on a terrible, terrible is a good word to describe the Browns right now. The Browns have not been good. So for him to be able to put up that kind of a workload and show that he can handle that aspect of the game, you pair him with Judkins coming back, who was amazing at Ohio State last year. Their offense is starting to, take a turn for the better. But the Packers look like the runaway favorite in the NFC. It's them or the Eagles, maybe. You can consider the Eagles
or the Cardinals, but best team
like that.
Best team in football for sure.
You could give me a 14.5-point spread, and I'm taking the Packers.
I agree with the Packers pick. I think Jordan Love has looked unbelievable. I think the Packers defense is solid. I think Joe Flacco is going to have a hell of a time putting up with the pressure that the Packers defense is going to be putting on them. I'm going to go Green Bay. I think that's a pretty easy spread to cover. Even being in Cleveland, it's at what point? And I know the Browns they're going to come to the dog pound. Browns fans are going to come to the dog pound. They're going to cheer loud. But if they're down 14-0 in the first quarter, it starts.
You lose momentum very quickly, and the Browns fans know they're one of probably the best fan bases as far as staying and still rooting for a team that's losing because they've been so used to it.
30 years.
I was like, there's Browns fans that haven't seen their team have a good season. Like they've had what 1 or 2 times they've gone to the playoffs in the last 20 years.
Yep,
it's been rough for them.
They fire their quarterback after going to the playoffs.
And Packers have been playing on another level. They're looking like the team that until someone beats them, you can't pick against them right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Over under 41.5 in this game. In Cleveland, with the Browns offense kind of turning around a little
with
bit.
Joe Flacco,
I actually don't hate the over
I
on
like
this
the
at all.
over, too.
I like the over at the 41.5.
Yeah, I like that as well. So, not a ton to talk about there. That just seems like an easy one. This next one, similar. We've got the New York Jets going to Tampa Bay to take on the Buccaneers. Jets minus Justin Fields, so they have
Tyrod Taylor.
correctly pronounced as corrected by Baker Mayfield in a press conference today. Pronounced Tyrod. Tyrod. He said it's Tyrod Taylor. He doesn't correct people, but yeah. Learn something new every day. Baker,
Did not know that.
Baker
does not sound as cool. He should be called Tyrod.
Yeah.
That's just, I'm Tyrod.
It
just sounds better.
It's Tyrod Taylor.
7-point spread. Buccaneers are favored by a touchdown at home. The Buccaneers offense was hit and miss last week. Baker Mayfield looked like he really was lost for the first 3 quarters of that game last week. And then all of a sudden it just turned around and there was that fourth quarter explosion from their offense. Buka got a couple touchdowns, I believe.
He had one.
He had one. Oh, he had one the first week, one the second week.
Yep.
Right? Yeah. He's looking really good.
You know who else looked good was Bucky Irving.
Bucky fucking Irving.
Irving
I love Bucky.
dog. I mean, they were running the football, and their offensive line looked great. They, they didn't dominate. It came down to Baker Mayfield just being an absolute dog at the end of the
Fun
game.
game to
but
watch.
You also have to think the Houston Texans have Danielle Hunter. They have Will Anderson Jr. They have a pretty stacked defense.
They've got a very good team.
Yeah.
A lot of young players on that team. That is something that the Jets just don't have.
Right.
I feel like a touchdown. I'm actually with Tyrod Taylor starting. I'm kind of surprised that the spread is only a touchdown.
Tyrod Taylor's been a legendary backup.
I mean, what do you think the spread would have been with Justin Fields in? Because this,
I don't think it changes
full
much.
touchdown spread is what I would have assumed that it would have been with Justin Fields in.
Yeah, you're probably right.
But I think if he was in, I almost would have leaned a little bit towards the Jets to cover the spread.
Yeah.
At a touchdown. With Tyrod Taylor not having as much work with the first team offense as Justin Fields got all of the first team reps all offseason, I just don't see a way that I can pick the Jets to cover the spread. The Buccaneers offense has too many fun players to watch. They're at home as well, coming off a dogfight of a win in an NFC South that they're trying to pull away from before the Falcons start catching fire. We all know my love and hatred for the Carolina Panthers all wrapped into one. So I'm obviously hoping that Panthers start catching up right now as well. But the Bucs are trying to solidify an early lead in this division so that they can run away with it. Right. I don't think they're taking this game lightly with Tyrod Taylor starting. So I see the Bucs coming out here and slinging the rock around. I expect a big day from the offense.
Yeah, I think anytime touchdown Emeka Ibuka, I think
I'd love it.
Over on Bucky Irving rushing and receiving yards. I mean, he was a dog out of the gates. I also have Tampa Bay covering the 7-point spread. They've been a little bit of a Buccaneer cardiac team, but this is the Jets without their starting quarterback. Yeah, I like that. Over under of 43 and a half. I don't like that over under. I think I like the.
I would lean under, but
it's hard.
I probably
with
wouldn't.
A 7-point spread.
Yeah, it always feels weird taking the favorite to cover a big spread like that and taking an under on the points, just because it feels like those two shouldn't correlate. If I were to pick it, I would pick the under at 43.5, but I don't really want to include that one on the ladder. It kind of feels like it feels like that's a very good line.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I'm gonna take the under if I were to bet on it, which I'm not because exactly feels like a good line. Thinking that the game is gonna end 21-7 or 21-6 with the Jets getting a couple field goals, and Baker and the boys getting 3 touchdowns. Now we have the Los Angeles Rams. This is going to be a really good game. Shouldn't be in the 11 o'clock slate with the other 14 games that are in it. But we have the Los Angeles Rams traveling to Philadelphia.
I'm so excited
to take on the Eagles. 3-hour time difference for them. So for the LA Rams, that's 10 a.m. local. playing
They're playing bright and early.
bright and early.
Bright and early for them.
As 3.5-point dogs. Hey, versus the Philadelphia Eagles, who are 3.5-point favorites at home. They have. Do they have any notable injuries that I'm not thinking of?
Not any that are coming to mind right now. Obviously, Matt Stafford has been dealing with his injuries on and off for the last off season.
Lower back, yeah.
But it really does not look like it's slowed him down too much. Puka Nacua has been just going God mode on the entire NFL.
That is can play.
Loved the trade I made in fantasy for him as well, by the way.
Saw that.
Yeah.
Very well done.
Gave up a lot of stuff for it, but I think he's worth it.
I think it was good.
He's a very, very good receiver, and he thrives on volume, and that's what this Rams offense is giving him. Because now that you don't have Cooper Kupp, there's not really another alpha receiver that's fighting for targets.
Right.
They've got Kyron Williams, obviously, has been doing a lot of work on the ground, but it's really through the air. It's Puka and Puka only.
Yep.
So if the Eagles can try to shut him down, that's going to be their best way to win it. Their front line, their front defensive line is obviously amazing, and that's going to be the hardest part for Kyron to work through. I wouldn't want to take any prop bets on Kyron this week at all.
No.
Not against that Eagles offensive line.
Defensive line.
Or defensive line.
Yep.
And it's weird for me because everything in my heart tells me, hey, choose the Rams. I want the Rams to cover this. But just looking at the way that the Eagles are built, as good as I think the Rams are, I think the Eagles are just as perfectly positioned to beat the strengths of the Rams as any team in the NFL is, right? Rams run the ball, then they have one receiver. Eagles have a couple good corners, Quinyon Mitchell, and the safety Reed Blankenship. You have him shadow Quinyon as Quinyon's just following Puka. Two of them can lock down him, and then you just have that front line facing Kyron. I think the Eagles are best equipped to beat the Rams out of any team in the NFL. So 3.5-point spread, a half feels like a 30-point. I would love it if it was a 3-point spread instead of a 3.5. Maybe consider buying that extra little half point just to give yourself a little bit of schmuck insurance on that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I want to take the Rams. I want to take the Rams. I almost took the Rams straight up.
This was looking at pick'ems this week. It was a lot of the games similar to last week, right? I got two wrong last week, and it felt like as I was doing the pick'ems, this is a cakewalk. I can literally see what happens in every single one of these games. It felt that way this week as well, picking the games outside of this. This is one where I waffled. I'm on the Rams, and then I'm on the.
Not feel like that.
I
trap
felt
games up and down.
I felt great about
trap,
this week.
trap games.
No,
everywhere.
I felt great, but the Eagles Rams. I'm circling the Rams, and then I'm erasing it, and I'm circling the Eagles, and then I'm back to the. But with that being said,
real quick, by the way, speaking of the Eagles, have we seen AJ Brown? Does he exist? Is he alive?
Not sure he's a football player.
Okay, I was gonna say I know he was dealing with some stuff as far as becoming a ghost. So it kind of sucks. It's hard to catch balls when you don't exist. So I don't know if he's alive, if he's well, if he's happy.
Glad I don't have him on a fantasy team.
Yeah, I avoided him. I had him a couple years ago, or I had him last year, and he starts off so good in the year and then just dissipates towards the end when you really need him to start kicking it up, which scares me that if he's already non-existent in this Eagles offense, because I believe I remember some stuff coming around last year where he was not on the best of terms with Jalen Hurts or the coach, or am I making that up in my head?
So that was Jalen and Nick Sirianni were in a bit of a bout. AJ Brown and Devontae Smith have been notoriously cool with the fact that they're handing the ball off to Saquon every play or Jalen Hurts. Now, what you were just saying gave me a bit of an epiphany. Okay, the passing game of the Philadelphia Eagles defense is matched up great against the Rams. Passing game of the Philadelphia Eagles has been rough. I mean, Jalen Hurts, his stat line last week, not great. They're going to be running the ball. When you look at the front of the Rams, young, very, very talented.
Yes.
You also think Matt Stafford's gonna find holes in the defense. I mean, they're gonna move the ball. The amount of media attention on the tush push, all the pushing for. I mean, how many plays do you think Andy Reid sent into the referees, the officiating crews about how many offsides, penalties, false starts on the tush push play that there were? Every single tush push you had, every single offensive lineman on the Eagles was offsides. They're all false starting. It's like, so they're not going to be able to run the tush push play the way that they have. They're also, their passing game is ass right now.
It's
And
not
so then
good
you have the
at
Rams
all.
just focused on the run. I like the Rams to cover the 3.5-point spread,
You
and I'm
think
regretting
so?
picking the Phillies in pick'ems. I am going with the Rams to cover the 3.5-point spread.
See,
Yeah,
I think so. I think the key, and I think what's going to determine who wins this game and who covers the spread, I think it's actually not going to be a Saquon. Um, Kyron Williams is the completely beta version of what Saquon Barkley is. They have very similar styles as far as what they're good at, what their strengths are, and he kind of feels like he's Saquon Barkley light, right? So when the Rams defense has been going through and all off season they've been practicing against Kyron and seeing the plays that they run and how he runs, I really think that the Rams defense is going to be good at shutting down Saquon. I think this is going to be a game that is going to be determined whether Eagles can pass the ball. Is Jalen Hurts going to be able to connect with A.J. Brown, with Devontae Smith, with Dallas Goedert? And I think the Eagles passing game is going to determine who wins this game.
I agree.
I'm going to take the Rams as well to cover the spread. I like it.
All right.
I like it. It feels good. It's also what I'm going to be rooting for, right? Especially after just trading for Puka. I'm going to be rooting for
I have a
them,
hard time
so.
ever rooting for the Rams, but
I have a hardest time rooting for the Eagles. I love Saquon. I do. Saquon's fun to root for. But the Eagles are just
yeah.
Having
the
Who
Rams,
likes them? Who likes
Rams
them?
2-0.
Rams are fun.
If you look at all the divisions right now, there's one division that has 3 2-0 teams, NFC West. Cardinals are 2-0, and yeah, we're playing the NFC South, so it's kind of I mean it's nice. We're all just running up on the Cardinals or the Panthers and the Saints, but you have the Rams are 2-0, the 49ers are 2-0, the Cardinals are 2-0. The Cardinals and the 49ers play each other this week.
Yeah, they do.
If we beat the 49ers, they go to 2-1 or 3-0. If the Rams lose to the Eagles, they're 2-1. Whether the Seahawks win or not, if the Seahawks win, they're 2-1, and then we're
2.
and then we're yeah.
You
Anyways,
guys, yeah, I was gonna say the NFC West is
it's a dogfight.
It's a dogfight. It's like a
Yeah.
bunch of Chihuahuas fighting, but
Jesus.
it's a dogfight.
No,
I mean you
It's a
guys
bunch
are
of good
you guys are
football teams.
equally
We're playing the NFC South,
not elite, but no one's trash, right? Like you guys are all like a 6 out of 10, but you're all dogfighting a 6 out of 10.
We'll see.
But yeah, okay. So Rams to cover that, and then what's the over
under is 44.5. Feels high. I'm going with the under.
I'm actually going to take the over on that one.
Okay.
I like that just because I think that it is going to be determined by the offenses, and I'm thinking it's going to be a high scoring game. Okay. So you know what? We're going to take the over on that. What did you say it was?
44.5.
44.5. Okay.
Next game, we have the Atlanta Falcons as 5.5-point favorites in Carolina. The Falcons have looked pretty fucking good, honestly.
They really
don't hate the Falcons. I like Michael Penix. I think Raheem Morris is a great coach. The Panthers have got it. They're in the same situation as the Dolphins were tonight with hey, if we don't put up a fight against the Falcons, we're starting to think about Canales getting canned by David Tepper.
And I think if he goes, that's the end of Bryce Young era.
Bryce Young looked bad against.
Bryce Young has not looked good at all, and I don't know why. I still think he has a chance to turn it around.
Last year gave hope.
Last year gave hope towards the end of it, and I was expecting and hoping that he was going to, start off this year the same way that he ended off last year. He had a ton of momentum. The Panthers themselves had a ton of momentum at the end of last year, where we actually thought that, this could be a legitimate team. And they got Tedero McMillan. He was an absolute amazing wide
Been
receiver.
great. Yeah.
He's so good, and they have all of the talent around Bryce Young.
Mhm.
And I think he probably only got another 3 or 4 games to really figure out, okay, because if they keep doing bad, you're right, Canales is going to be gone.
If they're 1 and 6,
they have to change head coaches, that's not going to be great for Bryce
Right.
Young. That's not going to be great for this Panthers offense. They're kind of already at a back against the wall, and we're only in week 2 or week 3 now.
Yeah, what do you do? Interim coach, anybody you pull up is just an offensive coordinator or a defensive coordinator of a bad offense and a bad defense. You call Mike McCarthy, get him off the couch in Green Bay and get him down to what do you even?
Yeah.
I don't love it.
So one of the things I mentioned it a little bit earlier. This week feels dirty to me. You were talking about how everything seems like it's just lining up.
I feel like
which is what it did last week. What does the NFL and what does Vegas love? As soon as they lure you into this like false sense of security, right?
Right.
Oh, we know what the good teams are. We know what the bad teams are. And as soon as you start feeling confident, there's always 1 week where there's just crazy shit that happens.
Yeah.
This is one of those games. I not only think that the Panthers are going to cover, I would not be shocked if there's multiple games on this slate that I guarantee you if you're seeing them easy, I am going to be differing in opinions because these feel like trap games. This feels like, okay, they've lured us in, we're back, and I love it. I love the Falcons. I think that they are showing a lot of growth. This is still a division game. I don't care how good a team is and how bad a team is. They will play harder against any divisional opponent. The Panthers are at home. Who did the Falcons play last week? They were against the oh gosh.
I've had enough to drink to where I don't remember.
I am not there. I need to grab another beer. But the Falcons have been playing hard, and they've had some hard-fought battles over the last couple weeks. And I think this kind of feels like one of those times that, maybe they're taking the Panthers a little bit easy. The Panthers haven't looked good.
I think the Falcons aren't getting up for the game?
I don't think they are. I don't want to say confidently, but I'm confidently taking the Panthers
to cover the spread. I'll take the Falcons to cover the spread.
Yeah.
Over under 43.5.
I'm taking under.
I'm taking the over.
Okay.
The way the Panthers came back against the Cards, the Cards start every game hot, and then we have Drew Petzing as an offensive coordinator, and we finish every game like we don't know what we're doing, and that is a thing. And Nick Rallis is a great defensive coordinator, I think, but defense didn't look like we knew what we were doing. Bryce Young looked good at the second half of the game. This is like a backdoor hit the under or hit the over type game in my eyes.
I see this game ending like 17-16. Panthers win it on a last-second field goal. Or actually, Panthers are ahead. Falcons drive it down, and then Younghoe Koo misses a game.
Younghoe Koo is actually not their kicker anymore.
Oh no, they cut him. Who did they bring in? They brought in.
I can't remember his name to save my life, but he is a.
See, that's just that's what it feels like. It feels like the Panthers are up 17-16. The Falcons get the ball back with a minute and a half left. Penix drives them down to the 40, kick the game-winning field goal, and it goes wide left. That's how it feels like this game's gonna end. And if that's exactly how this game ends, we're flying to Vegas.
Yeah, oh for sure.
Perfect.
Lottery tickets. Mega Millions is getting up there.
Speaking of games that are trap games as well.
This is not a trap game.
This is a trap game.
Indianapolis Colts, 4.5-point favorites, traveling down to Tennessee. It's playing
Titans
in
win.
Nashville. You have the Tennessee Titans with Cam Young, who?
Cam
Ward. Jesus Christ, forgive me.
Cheers to that.
Cam Ward, who...
By all means,
looking good. He's a good quarterback on a bad team. Yeah, he's a good quarterback.
Yep.
Bad team. So, Indianapolis, you have
mid quarterback on a mid team.
Besides the Green Bay Packers, I don't think any team has looked better than the Indianapolis Colts this year. But if you remember from last year, at this point, week 3, the Saints with Clint Kubiak's offense and Derek Carr looked like they were God's next gift to earth. I mean, they were unbelievable.
I forgot about that. They started off so strong.
Yeah.
Rashid Shaheed was going for like 4 50-yard touchdowns every single
they
game.
were unbelievable. And maybe that's the way the Indianapolis Colts are here. The difference between the Indianapolis Colts of this year and the New Orleans Saints of last year is New Orleans Saints head coach was Dennis Allen, and the Colts head coach is Shane Steichen. I like Shane Steichen.
I do too. I like this Colts team. I think that they are fun to watch. I liked Daniel Jones when he was on the Giants. Was he amazing? No, but he adds an ability of he's got some wheels on him.
He was a good
Underrated
quarterback on a bad team,
wheels.
bro. Yeah.
And I like him on the Colts. I think that he is better than Anthony Richardson. I'm glad they're starting with him. I think that they will be fighting for a playoff spot. I think that they're a better team than the Titans. 100%.
Trap game, though.
You look at it's a trap game. The Titans are playing at home. They've looked good, put in hard work and hard-fought battles, and still are losing. Cam Ward's hungry. You watch him run around the field on that crazy touchdown to end the game last week. He wants it bad. And the problem with the Colts is you look at the two opponents that they beat. They beat the Dolphins, who, as we talked about earlier, barely are getting out of bed to go play football. Like, they're not a good team. And the Broncos, who they beat by 1 point at the very last second. And the Broncos are already one of the most overrated teams in the NFL. So
that's a take.
It is. Last year, you know how many teams with a winning record that the Broncos beat? Or AFC teams with a winning record.
One.
They cleared up the NFC, and they only beat one AFC team with a winning record. They still snuck it, or did they sneak into the playoffs? Or
they got in the playoffs and got
creamed.
Creamed
because they're not a good team. They're a very mid team.
A wild take.
You can't call yourself a good team if you can't beat good opponents.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think that the Colts are a better team than the Titans. I think the Colts will end this year with a better winning record. I'm still a Daniel Jones believer. I hope he does good. I picked him up in a couple of my leagues. But the Titans are going to win this game. I will confidently...
The Titans are going to win?
Yes. I will confidently take the Titans plus 4.5. I will be sprinkling in some money.
I'm so glad we have you saying that on camera. I will take the Colts to win by 20 points. Over under 43.5. I'm taking the over.
What's that? 43.5? Yeah, I will also take the over on that.
The
over on that feels really good, actually.
Yeah,
wow.
I really like the over on that. I don't think the Titans are a good team. I think they're.
I don't either. I hope it does not sound like I'm hyping up the Titans too much. I'm not. I still think that they are a bad team. They're a bottom 10 team in the NFL confidently, but they are going to win this game. Okay. Man, it feels good to be back. It's good. Yeah. All right.
So next we have the Las Vegas
bad team.
Sin City Raiders traveling as 3.5-point dogs into Washington to face possibly the backup quarterback for the Washington Commanders.
I did hear that. Mariota, right?
Marcus Mariota.
Is he starting officially?
Oregon Ducks legend. It's not official yet. It's not official yet. But Jaden Daniels hasn't been practicing, and he doesn't look good.
You see if there's any recent updates on this. Let's see here. So it's a knee injury from the Thursday Night Football. There's not really any.
Yeah, they haven't. It's a shitty situation.
So do we think that this spread at 3.5 points is heavily favored because there's a chance that he doesn't?
I think if Jaden Daniels is playing, it's a 7-point spread.
I do too. So is this a game where, okay, so if you think Marcus Mariota is starting, pretending Mariota is starting, where do you lean on this?
If Mariota is starting, 3.5. I hate 3.5. I'd probably pick the Raiders to cover.
I probably would too.
I think
it sucks because if it was a little bit lower and you could confidently take the Commanders to cover the spread, this would be such a good time to do it because if Jaden Daniels then does play, that spread's going to jump up at least to 5.5, 6-point spread, and then you have an extra 3 points to work with. But if he doesn't start, I like the Raiders at 3.5.
I do too. I think the Raiders actually have a
they've been putting in
decent,
some
good
fight.
team. Yeah, they are fighting.
Geno Smith still slinging the rock. Genty kind of hasn't had the start that we were all hoping he was going to have, but
if you watch his runs, he's great.
He's putting
and
up some good ones. The problem is it's just a bad team.
They interviewed
good player, bad team.
They interviewed Chip Kelly, and Chip Kelly was like, "Well, in the NBA, it's called load management, but we have 17 games. If I'm giving him 30 carries a game, he's not going to make it through all 17 games. So would I love to have Ashton Genty out there for every play? Yeah, sure. But and then you have Ashton Genty interviewing and saying, "Why'd you draft me? Why'd you draft me if I'm not going to get the ball?"
Yeah,
like it's frustrating, but it's also I get where Chip Kelly's coming from, and I think there's a reason coaches are coaches. I think they're older, they're wiser, they're smarter. I think Pete Carroll's a great coach. I think Chip Kelly's a great offensive coordinator. I think the Raiders are going to cover this spread. I would take the Raiders at 3.5 with Jaden Daniels playing, which sounds crazy, but the Washington Commanders they're like a trap team to me. Like I like the Commanders, but then you think about like the defense and you think about the weapons, and it's like
no Austin Eckler anymore. Ja'Cory Crosby, Bill. That's
just
Ja'Cory and Crosby.
Right.
Bill.
Yeah.
Bill is the starter.
Yeah.
Officially listed as the starter now.
Yeah, Bill
is the starter. Title. So
great for my fantasy team.
So fun to watch.
Bill's awesome.
He's cool.
And then you have Jeremy McNichols. Jeremy McNichols, Boise State. Hell yeah. Cheers to that. You've got Deebo Samuel.
Terry
McLaurin.
Zach Ertz.
Terry McLaurin's had a hard time. Zach Ertz has looked really, really good. But he is old, and he's going to get hurt. The way he's playing.
A ton of people on defense. The Raiders' defense has actually not been looking bad at all.
That's what I'm worried about.
Devin White for their middle linebacker over from the Bucks. He's been looking really good. They signed what's the safety that just travels from team to team? Jamal Adams.
Yeah.
Jamal Adams is on the Raiders now. Between him and Devin White, their defense has actually been putting up a fight against a lot of these teams.
Will you name the best player on their defense, please?
No. Mad Max Crosby. We all know who it is. I don't have to talk about him. We know Max Crosby's
a fucking dog.
He's great.
Yeah, he's the white prince who was promised, but I'm worried about.
Yeah, you're right. It's Raiders plus.
Yeah, I'm worried about Marcus Mariota dealing with, and Marcus Mariota he's a great back. Like if you say like, oh no, our starting quarterback is hurt. Who's our backup? Oh, it's Marcus Mariota. Thank God, right? It's like the Bengals situation with Jake Browning. Like, oh, thank God we have Jake Browning as our backup because Jake Browning's a good football player with a hot girlfriend. Marcus Mariota,
the hottest girlfriend.
She's
God damn.
I have a take on this that you're gonna love when we get to the Bengals.
I can't wait.
Here's the having Marcus Mariota backup
revenge game. He's a former Raiders quarterback.
Yeah, I don't hate it, but I still like the the Raiders plus 3.5, 44.5 point spread. I hate it because this could be a game where it's 17-10, or it could be a game where it's 38-37.
I'm confidently okay with the under on this one.
Under?
Because neither of the teams have electric offenses. It feels like if it does turn into a dogfight, it's going to be a lot of running the ball. It's going to be a lot of battles in the trenches between two running teams. And yeah, I would say the under at 44.5.
All right, our next game.
You said under as well?
Yeah, I'm going to take the under on that. I'm just following you on that one because I don't care. Our next game.
Boy.
Here we go.
Steelers are going.
Here we go. Pittsburgh's going to the Super Bowl. Here we go. Pittsburgh Steelers travel.
Still a little salty about last week. Hurts.
Steelers travel to Foxborough.
Yep.
To take on the New England Patriots in Foxborough.
Sure do.
In the Kraft world. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers last week were one play away from winning that game. Even though they lost by several points.
The lucky interception.
That interception was the turning point, and it was like that wasn't a turn like we're taking an exit, right? That wasn't that kind of turn. That was like one of those turns in like you're in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and it's one of those turns where you are having to turn right, going around, almost heading in the opposite direction.
It was worse than that. It was a turn, as in like you're driving 50 miles an hour on the freeway, and all of a sudden another car going this way is also driving 50 miles an hour and hits the back end of your car, where you think you're going this way, and then all of a sudden you're sideways and you're flipping over and you're falling off a cliff. And
that was bad.
That's what happened.
Bad.
It was.
Yeah.
We had. Were we running away with the game? No. It was still a very good game. We were winning, and we were confidently winning. We had the momentum. We were playing good. And then the pick happened. They go down. So instead of us getting the score, which we were knocking on the door, they go down. They get the touchdown. Then immediately kick the field goal. And then so they have the momentum already. We go out, and then Caleb Johnson, rookie,
doesn't know the rules.
Doesn't understand the rules, which I will say a lot of people did not understand the rules. I saw a lot of stuff online where people were commenting on he didn't touch it, he didn't touch the ball, like why does it matter, like they didn't score. It doesn't matter. If that ball does not go out of bounds, it is still a live ball.
If it lands in the landing zone, it's a live ball. Yes.
And that's a new rule. Even before that, even before the landing zone was a thing, anywhere on the field, it was still a live ball.
Right.
I was going to say there's a it was the Saints against someone. It's an older clip, but it was an old highlight of a team that did that, where they punted it and it looked like it was just sailing out the back and it hit. It just kind of rolled through the inside of the end zone. It didn't roll out the back. All the players start walking off to the side, and the kick returner looks back at it, sees that it's still there and it's still alive, picks it up and runs it down for a touchdown, and all the other players are looking at it like, what in the world? Because they all thought it went out the back of the end zone. But there's no such thing as a touchback just from it touching down in the end zone. That's why you have to catch the ball, wave it off, kneel it, whatever you want to do. So Caleb Johnson messed that up very bad. Another former Boise State guy decided to pick
George
that up. George Halani.
Yeah.
Boise State. He got the touchdown. They are. We have a lot of running backs. We've talked about 3 Boise State running backs already.
Yeah, just wait till we get to Mount.
And then the Seahawks had all the momentum. Aaron Rodgers didn't look quite as good as he did week 1.
No.
Our defense is not up to par with what the Steelers. It is not a Pittsburgh Steelers defense.
Yeah.
And if that continues, and if we can't fix this offense, we're tired of the Band-Aids on a bullet hole.
Is Mike Tomlin
on the hot seat? Mike Tomlin.
He's on the hot seat.
I love Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin has done so many good things for this Pittsburgh Steelers team. I wish that my dream as last NFL draft, as Shedeur Sanders started to fall, he made it to the 3rd and the 4th round. Everything in me wished that we would have taken him, because if we have him come out and have a not great season this year, whether he's the starter or not, Tomlin's gone. You know who wants to come coach his son in the NFL?
Jesus.
Deion Sanders.
That's glazed.
I wanted it. I was hoping for it. I was hoping for it. So
you know who's going to be the next head coach if Mike Tomlin gets fired of the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Tell more. It's who I wanted before he got the Saints job. I don't know who you're talking.
Jesse Minter would be the next head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I would put a future on Jesse Minter being, if Mike Tomlin gets fired.
Okay.
I would put a future on Jesse Minter being the next head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Okay.
You know who Jesse Minter is?
I don't. That's where I was going with this. I was like, my ball knowledge is apparently not as good as I thought it was.
He's the Los Angeles Chargers defensive coordinator.
Okay.
Young guy. He was on Jim Harbaugh's national championship Michigan team. Went from there. Harbaugh went to the Chargers, brought Jesse Minter with him. Minter, Chargers defense they were the number 1 scoring defense last year. His first year as a defensive coordinator on a team that the year before that with Brandon Staley
has never been great.
Brandon Staley as a defensive head coach, garbage defense. He's unbelievable. Jesse Minter he's the new Ben Johnson. He's like the this is the bell of the
That's
ball.
what we need. We need an influx of we need a change. Mike Tomlin is probably there's probably 2 or 3 of that old era head coaches that are still coaching right now. Like you have him, you have Andy Reid.
Yeah. You've got
Harbaugh. John Harbaugh. And that's that era of head coaches, they're really the three big ones that are left. Belichick's gone. McCarthy's gone. Like, a lot of those coaches are
Sean
gone.
Payton's back.
Back.
Pete Carroll's back.
Yeah. But I don't know. They've I mean, they both kind of feel like they've reinvented themselves.
For sure.
Mike Tomlin has not reinvented himself since he became a Steelers head coach.
Yeah.
He has been the same coach with the same ideals and the same. Arthur Smith, by the way, needs to go.
Already calling for his name.
Yeah. I was calling for his name last year.
Oh, no.
He's not. I don't know. The Steelers, we need change. We need change. I don't want to be 9-7, 10-7.
You guys are going to be
11-6, and then first round exit in the playoffs every single year. I'm tired of it. I want it gone. I would rather win 2 games a year for 4 years and then rebuild, get some draft pieces, get some actual players that are fun to root for. I don't want to watch 45-year-old Aaron Rodgers throwing the football anymore to backup receivers on most teams. I don't. I'm tired of it. I'm over it. I'm done. The Steelers are 1.5-point favorites here.
It's bad.
Give me the Patriots plus 1.5.
Week 3, and we want the offensive coordinator gone, and we want the head coach gone. That's tough.
But if we come out and win, I'm back.
How high does that go? Are we Rooney? Get Rooney the fuck out of here. Sell the team. Are we up there?
No, not quite that bad.
Okay. You guys still have a winning season.
I was gonna say it's the epitome of mediocrity. We've been the exact same team. We don't make any win future. We don't try to win in the future. We try to win right now. That's why we brought in Aaron Rodgers. That's why last year, instead of seeing what Justin Fields could be for us, we brought back in Russell Wilson after Justin Fields took us to a 4-2 start.
Sure did.
And he wasn't looking bad. He wasn't looking great, but he wasn't bad.
You were 4-2.
He gave us more than Russell Wilson did.
Yeah.
But Russell Wilson gave us the best chance to be a winning record and make the playoffs.
We haven't talked about this actual game at all.
We have not. Okay. I will get off my high horse here. Patriots have looked very good as well. They had a hard-fought battle with the Dolphins last week. Surprisingly, I was not expecting that to be.
Interesting.
I was not expecting that to be a close game. I thought the Patriots were going to whoop the Dolphins. The Patriots are at home with a 1.5. They're 1.5-point dogs to the Steelers
in Foxborough.
I cannot believe I'm saying I'm rooting against my Steelers like this, but give me Patriots plus 1.5. Give me Patriots money line, honestly.
I'm gonna take the Pittsburgh Steelers minus 1.5.
Wild for us.
That is crazy, but
I don't think that's ever happened between the two of us.
I believe in Aaron Rodgers. I believe in Mike Tomlin. I also believe that last week they realized that we've got a running back. We didn't think we had a running back. We thought our running back was garbage. Our running back room was garbage. We have a running back. Like
Kenneth Gainwell.
I'm not a big fan of Gainwell. The name of your running back is blanking.
Jaylen Warren.
Jaylen Warren.
Jaylen Warren's good.
Christ.
He is the best
back.
change of pace back in the NFL.
Yeah.
He's not a starting running back though. He's not going to handle a workload.
Do you think you have a starting quarterback?
No.
Do you think you have a starting receiver?
Yes.
DK. And then
our tight end room is by far one of the best top 3 tight end rooms in the NFL. Collective rooms.
A lot of good tight end rooms.
Collective rooms.
I mean, I'll give you top 3.
Yeah, I was going to say not high end
top 5.
Not high end talent. Like obviously we don't have a Kittle or a Bowers or a McBride.
Yeah.
But I think as a collective between Pat Freiermuth, Jonnu Smith, and Darnell Washington.
Yeah, you
talk about like a room as a collective. I think that they're I would say they're the best tight end room in the NFL. Besides maybe the Bills tight end room has looked really good.
Kincaid and Knox
and the other dude they caught the touchdown today. What's his fucking name? He's like one of the top fantasy tight ends. He's got like 2 or 3 touchdowns already on the year, and no one knows his name. Because he's a third string tight end, but just catches every single touchdown. But besides that, I really don't think that we're that good of a team. We need pieces. We need blue chip pieces.
Yeah.
We have enough duct tape holding our team together to like we're floating. We're bailing out water. We're not good. Over under 44.5 with the way this Steelers defense has looked. Give me the over.
Okay. And you have New England with Drake May.
I like Drake May.
Keyshawn Booty's
I
not looking
like-
bad.
I
Drake
like
May
Drake
looks
May.
good.
He's
Yeah,
looking pretty
Ramondre
good.
Stevenson looks good. All right, I like
Okay.
that. Cincinnati.
Battle of the backups.
Huh?
Battle of the backups.
Battle of the backups. Yep. Cincinnati +3. Cincinnati's a 3-point underdog with Jake Browning taking on the Minnesota Vikings with Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz football is interesting football. Carson Wentz, there's one of two ways that this goes. We have Carson Wentz that we saw at the Colts. We have Carson Wentz that we saw. He started for 6 different teams over the last 6 years, and we're gonna either see the crazy Carson Wentz, or we're gonna see Kevin O'Connell prove himself again as the best coach in the National Football League, which is what I like to call him. He's the only coach I'd have rather than Jonathan Gannon. And Carson Wentz is unbelievable. But regardless of the if and or but with Carson Wentz, we know what we're getting with Jake Browning. Jake Browning is a good quarterback. Jake Browning is a starter in the NFL, in my opinion. There are not 32 quarterbacks better than Jake Browning in the National Football League.
Just start on the Steelers.
So I like Cincinnati here to cover the 3-point spread. I like Cincinnati to win the game. I think Carson Wentz is going to sprain both of his knees trying to escape a sack from Trey Hendrickson. Like, he's going to throw an interception while being tackled. I mean, who knows what the fuck's going to happen, but I like
I will
Cincinnati.
also take Cincy +3.
+3.
Anytime there's backups playing, because we know what we're getting out of both of them, but
Yeah.
they're not the starters on their team. They have not been taking the first team reps. It's hard to go in and just immediately have connection with the team. You don't know the exact cuts that your guys are going to make. You don't know exactly where they're going to be on a hitch route. It's going to be learning pains for both of them. Anytime it's a battle of two backups, especially for this is their first week starting as for their team this year. So with it being both very new, I think whichever team is the underdog, I probably would take to cover the spread. Just because it's such a coin flip in my mind. I think the only reasons the Vikings are a 3-point favorite are because they're at home. I do agree. I think Jake Browning is a better quarterback now than Carson Wentz is. Carson Wentz has had some good years, though. I mean, he led the Eagles. I mean, he was an MVP favorite. He was running away with MVP race before he got hurt that year. And then Nick Foles came in.
Nick Foles won the Super Bowl.
Yeah. But I will take the Bengals to cover the spread. I will be rooting for the Vikings because it would be nice to have the Bengals just continuously fall out of the AFC playoff race. They were definitely one of the teams that we're going to be fighting with the Steelers for that spot.
Yeah.
So, and then over under at 42.5. It's low because it's backups. I'm gonna take the over though.
Yeah,
I kind of think they ball out.
My issue with the whole Jake Browning conversation, though, because I think Jake Browning is a good quarterback. I also, and this is crazy take here, the guy gives a little bit of cuck vibes. Your girlfriend is dressing how she is dressing. Posting, if you look at Stephanie Niles' Instagram, it is like, she might as well be an OnlyFans.
Highly recommend you guys do.
Might as well be an OnlyFans model. And you like, I am a guy who is just makes decent money, has a podcast with my buddy, and I wouldn't let my fucking, like, I don't understand how you could be a backup quarterback in the NFL, that much value, that much money, and then you're just like cool with that. Maybe guys got a lot of confidence, which, hey, more power to him. And should bet on it, but it's a little cucky to know that all of America that knows about your girlfriend is fucking cranking their hog to her Instagram. That's crazy. I think it's crazy. I don't understand it. But I'm still going with Cincinnati. Go with Jake Browning.
No, over 42.5 for sure.
Yep.
Okay, moving on to the next one. Texans going into Jacksonville. Texans 0-2. Duval. You see that
Texans,
when Liam Cohen got it. Duval. And his face turned all the way to the skull.
Yeah, that was bad.
That was cringy. But I'll give him credit where credit's due. Jaguars have not been looking bad. He's been coaching good. The Jaguars have not looked like a terrible team. They're 1-1 right now. If they can come out and beat the Texans, who on paper should be the favorite in this division.
I agree. 100%.
On paper, they should be the favorite. If the Texans go 0-3, the Jags go to 2-1. You have the tiebreaker as of now over the Texans, and a 2-game lead on them. They start to think, okay, this is like a legitimate chance for a playoff push. This isn't just pushing for a win at this point. This game right here could determine a lot. On the flip side, though, if you lose this and you're both 1-2, you don't really have that advantage. And if the Colts start off 3-0, you guys are both fighting them, and this feels like a must-win game for the Texans.
I agree. It's must-win for the Texans. 100%. I think this is where. I mean, I hate to say it. This is where DeMeco Ryans' seat. There's a lighter underneath his seat right now, and that lighter hasn't been lit. If they lose this game,
you think already
that seat starts to get a little hot because you have playoffs year one.
Yeah.
Year two,
they have
struggle.
playoff aspirations at the start of every year, and if you come out and you just keep going like this,
and you lose to the Jags in a division game. Yeah, it's in Jacksonville, but it starts to look bad. And I mean, the defense did look great against Tampa Bay, and then they get the ball back with 2 minutes left, and Baker Mayfield takes it down. I mean, at a point, you have to start thinking like, is DeMeco the guy?
Yeah. I will say, because it is such a must-win, I don't think that the Texans find a way to lose this game.
I don't think so either.
I think that they do win this game. I think the Jaguars are a good enough team that I wouldn't not be shocked. I wouldn't want to bet heavy on the Texans at all on this game.
No.
I would not be shocked if the Jaguars come out and win and solidify their place as a contender in this AFC South division. But it just feels like a game that the Texans cannot lose. They're just holding water right now. Nick Chubb's been looking good. Speaking of running backs, they look good. The Jaguars, Bashaw Tootin. Bashaw, I don't know how to pronounce his first name, but
Tootin.
There's a reason they got rid of who they send to the Eagles. What's his name? Why am I completely
I knew this
blanking?
an hour ago, but I'm enough beers in.
I'm right there with you.
Houston, I'm taking to cover the spread as well. I don't see Houston winning this game.
Tank Bigsby.
I'm also shocked that this isn't the other way around.
Yes.
I would think it would be Houston favored -1.5, Jacksonville plus 1.5.
It's the home field advantage here, because I mean 1.5 is pretty much just 1.5 is pretty much just coin flip as you can get here. It's very rare that you ever see just a half-point spread, right?
Yeah.
So it feels like it's just hey, they're the home field advantage. We're just going to give it to them. 43.5 over under. Offenses can kind of ball out, but the Texans defense is good enough that I am also. You're taking the under?
I'm going under.
All right, give me the over.
Okay. Up next, we have the Kellen Moore. Cheers, Boise State. They're all over the league. The Kellen Moore led New Orleans Saints as 7.5-point dogs in Seattle at Lumen Field, one of the loudest stadiums in the league. Here's the thing about this
one of the
game.
Easiest bets for me of the week.
I'm extremely confident in this bet as well. Seattle lost to the 49ers in a barn burner. Beat the Pittsburgh Steelers because of really, in my opinion, one play. I think, again, they're in the division same division as the Cardinals. I'm always going to not like the Seahawks, trying to be as unbiased as I can here. I like Mike McDonald. I don't think he's a great head coach. I don't see the Saints not covering the spread. The Saints made it kind of close with the Cardinals. Cardinals covered a 7-point spread against the Saints, but they made it kind of close. Saints did not look bad last week. They made it close. It's like, to me, the Saints covered the spread.
I have it wrote down already. Saints plus 7.5 was what I was talking about when I said this is one of the easiest bets of the week for me.
Yeah.
Saints, there's always teams that not all 0-2 teams are built the same. There are teams that are 0-2 that are good enough that we know that they're going to be fighting for a playoff spot, like the Kansas City Chiefs, 0-2.
Baltimore
They're
Ravens
always
last year.
Yes, they're
Yeah.
always going to be fighting, and you can't just base something off of how they start. Every person in the entire football watching community expected the Saints to start 0-2.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone expected them to look as fun as they have as an 0-2 team.
Right.
They don't have anything. They're not a great team. They don't have a lot of good players. I thought that they were going to be getting blown out.
They fight, dude.
At the start of the year, you tell me, without seeing this Saints team play, that the Seahawks were 7.5-point favorites. I would have said give them to me at a 17.5-point favorite.
Yeah.
After watching the Saints play, 7.5. That's too much to give a Seahawks team that has not looked great. Darnold has not been amazing. Yeah. Confidently take Saints plus 7.5. Over 41.5. I am also going to take the over on that one.
I agree. Over on that one. Next game we have the.
Actually, before we get into the afternoon slate,
that one
too
is
many
afternoon.
beers. I'm gonna go. No, it's not. Oh, it is. Shit.
Yeah.
I've got to go take a leak real quick. We'll be right back.
Okay. Now we have got the Denver Broncos traveling down a little bit south, a little bit west, down to Los Angeles to play the LA Chargers. The Broncos are 2.5-point underdogs in LA, taking on Jim Harbaugh. We've got Jim Harbaugh versus Sean Payton. Another divisional game. I love having legendary coach from mid 2000s versus legendary coach from mid 2000s. Jim Harbaugh versus Sean Payton.
Yeah.
You've got Bo Nix.
Chargers wasn't double digits.
Bo Nix, who was an Oregon quarterback, then became Auburn quarterback, versus Justin Herbert, who is was and is
Auburn to
Oregon.
Auburn to Oregon.
So we've got the battle of the Oregon quarterbacks.
Yes.
Yeah. Bo Nix versus Justin Herbert.
Chargers are fun to watch. Chargers are looking good. Najee Harris is starting to get back up and running again.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, he didn't get his eye blown out by a firecracker, like some people thought. Firework, whatever.
Yeah.
Him and Omarion Hampton have provided a very good 1-2 punch for this Chargers offense.
Yep, I agree.
They are a run first team, but they're looking good in the passing game too. Herbert can sling the rock, and I'm glad that they're letting him kind of open up a little bit on that passing game, because I was a little worried that they were going to go too run heavy.
Yeah,
and
Jim Harbaugh, you would think.
Yeah, because it's Harbaugh. Harbaugh runs the football, but he's letting Herbert kind of take the reins, and Herbert's looking like the quarterback that people thought he was coming out of Oregon. They are a very fun team to watch. I'm very low on the Denver Broncos right now. The Chargers, just with their star-studded talent on offense, I'm not going to pick against them until they give me a reason to.
Anytime touchdown, Quentin Johnston?
Yeah. Take his under on catches, over on yards, and an anytime touchdown.
Beautiful.
And you will make billions of dollars.
I love it. I agree with you 100%. I think the Chargers, I like the way that Jim is letting Justin Herbert just kind of, like, they're throwing on first downs a lot, which is rare. They're throwing on second down a lot. They're throwing first and second down together. 2 throwing plays in a row, a lot. Justin Herbert looks comfortable. He looks good. Jim Harbaugh looks comfortable having him throw the ball. I like the Chargers as well to cover the 2.5 or 2. I will lay the Chargers 2.5. They are going to win as favorites at home.
I do think it's a lower scoring game, just because I don't see the Broncos being able to score a ton of points against the Chargers offense.
Jesse Minter, bro. They're not going to.
I think between that and as good as the Chargers are, Surtain's still going to play an effect, right? The Broncos defense is still decent, so I will take the under at 46.5, but Chargers.
Who do you think, in your expert opinion, that Surtain, do you think he follows anybody? Do you think he tries to lock down? Because who do you follow? Keenan Allen, Ladd McConkey, Quentin Johnston? Or are you just playing, okay, I've got the X?
I think I don't know.
Riley
It
Moss
depends.
has the
It
Y.
depends on what the Broncos want to do as far as game plan goes. My favorite way I've ever seen someone that like truly shuts down a receiver play, because Keenan Allen has not been as effective this year. It's Lad McConkey and it's Quentin Johnson. It's Quentin Johnson on a deep post every single route, and it's Lad McConkey working underneath with Keenan Allen kind of as a diversion, right?
Yeah.
I would have him cover Lad, and then I would put someone with safety over the top help against Quentin Johnson just to make sure he doesn't get the deep ball on you.
So you have Riley Moss and safety.
And then you could pull someone off the street and have him cover Keenan Allen. So
Keenan Allen has looked decent, but I get where you're coming from.
Yeah, decent. Not as good as he has been in the past, but
right.
He's definitely lost a step. But yeah, I will take the under at 46.5, and then to cover 2.5 there.
Okay, next game we have Dallas, Jerry's boys.
Jerry World.
1.5 point favorites traveling to Chicago, Illinois to take on Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams, and the Chicago Bears. Dallas has 1.5 point favorites.
I thought it was going to be higher.
At home for Chicago. Would feel interesting before the season. Now watching the Cowboys 2 weeks in a row, we know one thing is true. The Cowboys have an electrifying offense. Their defense, honestly, not bad. Cowboys are better than people expected. 1-1?
I believe so.
1-1. I think they lost week 1, won week 2. Chicago's got to figure it out.
Chicago's 0-2. Chicago has put in too much fight to start off 0-3. As much as I think the Cowboys are a better team, this feels like the one that Caleb Williams finally comes out and actually gets his first win of the year. I don't want to watch any part of this game.
Yeah,
I just don't like these teams either. But the Caleb Williams to Roma Dunze connection, it's starting to heat up. They're looking like a good. Yeah. They're looking like a good connection. He went off last week for what, 2 touchdowns?
2 touchdowns
last week. Yep. Yeah. I think that they continue to roll. I think they continue to pick up momentum. I do think that they actually win this game, but it's just because Dallas is too inconsistent. Dallas has so much star power that they should not be as inconsistent as they are, and that shows me that they're either not being coached well or the players just aren't all on the same page. So they either think they're too good or not good enough. It's weird to be a good team and then trade away Michael Parsons. Yeah.
I disagree wholeheartedly. I think Ben Johnson sent a pretty big message to his team this week, telling the media, talking through the media, saying our practicing habits are not up to par with what the championship team that we need to be. I think Dallas's offense looks great. I think Dallas wins this game by 7 or more points.
Really?
I take Dallas minus 1.5. To me, that's my easiest bet of the week.
Really?
Yeah, I really don't like the Bears. I don't like where they're at. I don't like where their fans are at. I think in Chicago it's going to be 70-30 in the stands, Dallas versus Bears fans, and another one of if it's 14-0 at the end of the first quarter, the Bears fans are going to just stop cheering. They're fed up, and they're not fed up with Ben Johnson. The Bears like Ben Johnson. They just think Ben Johnson is in such a shitty situation. They don't like the McCaskies. They don't like the owners. They don't like Ryan Poles, the GM.
You can't hate Ben Johnson.
They're just like
they were too invested in him to get.
Like
but you look at the first 2 weeks, like what we were talking about at the start of the year, where it's like, hey, we're not giving people easy matchups at the start. Like we're putting them out against division opponents. The Bears' first 2 games is that you come out opening week, you divisional matchup against the Vikings, you lose on the last second field goal.
Yeah.
Then the next week, the Lions,
who's also
a divisional matchup, and the Lions had something to prove after getting beat by the Packers.
Yeah.
And it was against Ben Johnson as well. The Lions are a much better team. Don't get me wrong. But 2 divisional matchups like that to start the year, when you already have a rookie coach, you have a second-year quarterback who really still is trying to find his footing as a quarterback in this NFL, was overshadowed last year by Jaden Daniels. Like, he's trying to prove himself. The coach is trying to prove himself. They come out. They get the shit beat out of him last week. They've had 2 divisional opponents back to back. This is a home game. This is against the Cowboys, who can be very inconsistent. They can make a lot of mistakes. I think the Bears find a way to win this.
I like your take. I think you're wrong.
Okay.
Next game. Hang on.
Over under 50.5. High over under.
Low.
I'm taking the under for sure.
Low. Yeah, I'm going under as well. Our next game, we have.
Take it away. We have a really good 49ers team playing the
hosting. The Arizona Cardinals are traveling from Phoenix, Glendale, suburb of Phoenix, Glendale, Arizona, down to Santa Clara, suburb of San Francisco, Santa Clara, to play the San Francisco 49ers. Arizona Cardinals are 3-point dogs with backup quarterback Mac Jones starting for the San Francisco 49ers. Now, I think the San Francisco 49ers are a hell of a football team. I do. I think Nick Bosa is a hell of a player. I think Christian McCaffrey is a hell of a player. I like Mac Jones. I like Kyle Shanahan. I think Fred Warner is an absolute dog.
Best middle linebacker in football.
I agree. I would argue
I would
that.
actually say best defensive player in football.
I disagree with that, but I would stand on the hill of best middle linebacker for sure. If Drew Petzing, our offensive coordinator, is hearing the noise, if Jonathan Gannon is hearing the noise and is telling Drew Petzing what the noise is, if he pulls his head out of his ass, Cardinals win by 7, maybe 10. This 3-point spread to me is a joke. I don't understand how we're underdogs when the San Francisco 49ers have their backup quarterback playing. We're 2-0. San Francisco's 2-0. Kyler Murray and the boys are going to have their way.
I'm also taking the Cardinals +3.
No fucking way.
Although I think it's not going to be as... I think it's going to be a very close game. I think it's going to be decided at the last second. I don't know. I don't know if I see the Cardinals winning, but I do think it keeps close enough to be able to cover a 3-point spread. So I'm not as lopsided on the Cardinals as you are on this one. I flip-flopped a little bit back and forth, but I will go Cardinals +3. Over under 45.5. Give me the over.
Yeah, I'm taking the over on that for sure. I just don't think San Francisco, and I don't think people in general understand how much better the Cardinals defense is this year. Nick Rallis is calling a hell of a game. He's a great defensive coordinator. Young guy. Comes from the Nick Sirianni tree. But the Cardinals defense, Mac Jones is going to have his work cut out for him. Our safeties are solid. Our corners are solid. Will Johnson has been unbelievable.
I love Will Johnson.
Yeah, I was stoked that we drafted him. I fucking screamed when
Here's the thing, though. I mean, you almost let the Saints come back.
That is true.
Then you let the Panthers start coming back.
That is true.
You were not confident at many points during both of those games.
It's true.
49ers could bring in, I don't know, who's a terrible backup quarterback in the NFL right now. It's like, you can have Kenny Pickett come in.
Hard to think.
There is not many. The 49ers team is designed to win regardless of quarterback play. They've done it for however many years in a row, where it doesn't matter who they're having. They had the one year where they had 3 different rotating quarterbacks.
Yeah,
and they were still good that year.
Right.
Brock Purdy missing hurts. He is a. I am a Purdy fan. I like Brock Purdy. I think he is a good quarterback. I think he takes the team to the next level, and he makes that team a Super Bowl contender. But even without him, they're still a very good team that's going to make the playoffs. I think that Mac Jones. I like Mac Jones.
I like him too. I think
I
he
think
looks
he's
good.
good.
I think he looks good.
And I would not be shocked if the 49ers still find a way to win this. I think the reason it's a 3-point spread is just because the Niners are at home. I think you run this game 100 times, it's 50-50.
I disagree, but I appreciate your take.
Okay?
Next game, we have
Sunday
Sunday night football. Waiting all day for Sunday night. Kansas City Chiefs, 6-point favorites.
Think about
facing...
5 years ago, Russell Wilson versus Patrick. I keep interrupting you when you do that.
That's
I'm
okay.
so sorry. I just realized that.
Don't be. That's good. Kansas City Chiefs, Sunday night football, going to New York, playing in MetLife Stadium against the Giants. Giants on Sunday night football sucks unless you think about the game last weekend. Dallas and New York Giants. That would have been a great Sunday night football game. That was a fucking awesome game. Russell Wilson
He's been looking good.
Hucking the ball. Hucking it up.
Because, that's their entire offensive philosophy right now is, okay, we're not going to stop. We couldn't stop a fucking running nose, right? They're going to be going through and they're just throwing the ball every single chance they get. They want as many yards as they can get because that's the only way they're going to be able to keep up with people.
Yeah.
Opposite of what the Chiefs have been doing. Right. Chiefs can't score on anyone. I want to do it.
I'm doing it because here's the
I'm
facts.
doing it too then. Okay.
The Chiefs' offensive line is their biggest struggle point, and the Giants' defensive line is their strongest suit. You have Kayvon Thibodeau. You've got Abdul Carter. You've got Brian Burns. You've got Dexter Lawrence.
That's crazy. That's
their
crazy.
Their defensive line is fucking stacked going against Jawan Taylor, who's going to have 11 false starts. Oh, he's only going to get called on 6 of them. But he's going to false start 11 times.
He does it every play.
No. Holdings all over the place. Their offensive line just isn't, it's not cut out to face Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau, Abdul Carter, Dexter Lawrence. It's too much.
Chiefs are missing too many people right now. Mahomes is feeling the impact of not having as many people that are helping him. The supporting cast this year has just not been up to the par of what the Chiefs are used to.
Right.
Mahomes is used to a lot of good play from the players around him, and he hasn't had that this year. And it's very clear and evident.
Yep.
One of my favorite bets of the week, though, is the under at 45.5 on this game. Okay. This looks like one of those games where we are going to try to hype ourselves up for it because it's Sunday Night Football. We're trying to find all the good reasons for it. And then we're at the halfway point, right? We start halftime, and this game is 7-3.
Yeah.
And we're just like, why are we staying up for this? We don't care. I don't even know who's going to be up at 7-3 right there. But I think the Giants cover, and I think it's a confident under.
I agree. I think this is, you know how the Chiefs last year won 6 games where it was just like, okay.
Did you win
it? You won.
You didn't.
You won, but
the other team lost that you didn't win.
You didn't win it. That's how I see this game going. Chiefs win by 1 or 2 points. This is their first, I don't think the Chiefs are going to start 0-3. That doesn't seem realistic to me, but them just winning on all right, you won. Yeah, good job, you won. But
I agree.
Yeah, that's the way I see that going. Under 45.5 for sure. Next game, we have Monday Night Football. The Detroit Lions, 4.5-point underdogs after blowing out the Chicago Bears to the Baltimore Ravens after beating the brakes off the Cleveland Browns. Now, both of these teams are coming off of playing bad teams. But you have the Detroit Lions, 4.5-point dogs in Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. I don't think this is more than a 1.5-point spread.
I don't know why it's 4.5. I don't see a way that I don't see this game ending at either team winning by more than 3. That's how it's going to come down to the end.
I feel the same way.
I'm taking the Lions plus 4.5. I would take the Ravens money line, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think I would take them to cover a 4.5-point spread. It's too many points to give up to two very good offenses, and they've both had aspects of their game that have just not looked up to par for what we were expecting. The Lions versus the Packers was completely sputtering. They looked not good.
They were
And then the
dog shit.
Ravens, they had a couple drives against that Browns team that did not look good.
Right.
And then obviously, infamously now, throwing the game at the last second to the Bills week 1. They've both had inconsistent aspects of their game. There is more star power on the Lions. I am happy to take the Lions plus 4.5. Over under 53.5.
I'm actually
shooting
gonna take
higher.
I'm gonna take Baltimore to cover the spread. I think it's still gonna be a close game, but it comes down to
A last second
error, last second touchdown.
53.5. I'm taking the over. It's the
I am
highest
also
one.
taking
It's
the
the
over.
highest one of the week, but there's a reason. This
Yeah.
is going to be a fun game to watch.
Stoked for it.
I'm gonna find
Stoked for it.
if I have to work, I'll find a way to call out for this game. I
for
will
sure.
be watching this game.
Gonna be a great game. That's all the games. That's everything we got. So we are going to now take you to our ladder bet, where we are going to make our 3-leg parlay, 5-leg parlay, 7-leg parlay, 9-leg parlay, 11-leg parlay, all stacked in a ladder. If you win the 3-leg parlay, guess what? You got your money back and some. You won money. If you win the 5-leg parlay, boom. We almost have half of our rent. You win the 7-leg parlay. We got rent and the car payment. You win the 9-leg parlay. Holy shit, we're going to fine dining. Call your girlfriend. Call your mom. Call your dad. We're going out.
Brownie's
You
girlfriend.
win.
Call Jake Brownie's girlfriend.
Yeah, Stephanie. No. You win the 11-leg parlay. Honey, we're moving out of this apartment. We've got 6 months rent on a nicer fucking place. Okay? We're going to place that parlay. We're going to build it. We're going to talk through it. Coming up next, we'll send you there right now. It is time to build a ladder parlay. This ladder is going to be our first ladder of the NFL 2025 season. It's week 3. We've got an idea of what's going on. We can see the field. We're going to build this ladder parlay.
We're going to win this ladder parlay.
We're going to win this ladder parlay. We encourage you to tail at your own risk, because truth of the matter is we have no idea what the fuck's going to happen, but we got a pretty good idea. Pretty fucking good idea. So, starting with our first 3 legs of the parlay. These are our 3 most confident bets of the week, whether it's money line, with the spread, over under. We are going to create our 3-leg parlay that starts off this ladder. Now, Connor and I picked a lot of the same teams to cover the spreads throughout this when we broke down every single matchup of the week. We picked a lot of the same over-unders. What games are we most confident in?
I'll tell you a couple of my favorites that I have right now. The Chargers minus 2.5 against the Broncos at home, divisional matchup, Harbaugh. That one is probably one of my favorite bets of the week. I also really like the Chiefs Giants under at 45.5. That one I'm big on.
Okay.
We're not aligned on that one. We gotta at least we gotta be aligned for the first couple at least.
Who do you have in
Patriots Steelers over? Looks good. The over?
I mean, I know I took
I've
the
watched
over.
those.
I took the over too, but yeah, the defenses are bad. But an over on a Pittsburgh game,
Packers minus 8.5 against the Browns.
I like that bet.
The over on that game, yeah.
I like that bet as well.
The over's 41.5. That seems so low.
It's the lowest. It is the lowest.
That should not be the lowest.
No, it shouldn't.
Love that. I love that. I've seen that Packers offense, and the Browns are not a good team, but they can score 2 touchdowns a game. So
okay, so let's go. Packers.
Which ones are your favorite? What is jumping out to you? I know you love the Dallas game. Obviously, I'm taking the Bears side of it. I would be okay throwing the Dallas one in there later in the parlay, but at least for the first couple, we gotta be locked in. We're at least hitting a 5-legger. At least.
This is another one we're not in agreement on, but I'm extremely confident in the Indianapolis Colts -4.5. I think the Colts are going to blow the brakes off the Titans. I know you don't like that one, though, so we can move on from that one.
And it's one of those things where it's like everything in me screams that the Colts are going to. And I think every person in the NFL watching how the Colts have played is thinking that. And it feels too good to be this confident in, which is why I think it's a trap game. I genuinely think the Titans are going to win it because it's so trappy of a game. Like it doesn't feel good.
I'll tell you this. Of your three that you said you're very confident in, I also like. I think we start with Packers over 41.5.
Okay. I love throwing that in the top three. I was like,
Yeah.
that one is just
Packers
that's
over
free
43.5.
money.
I think Los Angeles -2.5.
So Green Bay and Cleveland over 41.5.
Chargers -2.5.
Yep.
I like that bet. And then we have
The third one we talked about was the what did we say? Chiefs Giants under. Is that what we had said?
no. I think you talked about the Pittsburgh game.
I did talk about the
Over.
Pittsburgh game.
Yeah.
Bengals +3 on the Vikings. Texans.
See,
Texans
I
+1.5.
I
the
love
Jaguars?
the Bengals +3.
I'm down for the
love
Bengals +3 on that one.
Let's go Bengals +3 on our third leg. So Cincinnati +3, Chargers -2.5, Packers over 41.5.
Okay.
With the Bears. That's our 3-leg.
Perfect.
Okay.
Other
Now,
ones that we like then.
Okay.
What do you see?
Other ones that we like, I really, really like the Giants +6.
I do as well. Are you putting it in on here?
No,
okay.
I like the Giants +6.
Okay, I like that one as well.
Do we want to do it?
I'm down to do that one.
Are you down?
The fiver. Yeah, let's do it. New York Giants +6. I also really like the Saints Seahawks over 41.5.
Okay, I like that one too.
It just feels low for two teams that are they great? No, but neither are the defenses.
Yeah. Okay, this is where once we get into the 7-leg parlay, this is where things start to get a little sticky. This is where I start to think, I don't know if we can we parlay Green Bay -8.5 with the over already in it.
Mm-hmm.
I like Green Bay -8.5.
Okay, let's do it. Green Bay -8.5. We're both in agreement on that one. So then let's do one more on the 7-leg that we 100% agree on. And then for the 9 and the 11, we each choose our favorite. Doesn't have to align, but whichever one we're most confident in on this. So Green Bay -8.5. Other ones that we haven't talked about that we both agreed on. Monday night, Detroit, Baltimore over. 53.5 is a lot of points. Kansas City, New York Giants under 45.5. We do already have the Giants covering, but I like that under a lot.
I do too.
Let's see here. Texans, Jaguars. Texans +1.5. Bengals, Vikings over 42.5. Steelers, Patriots over 44.5. We aligned on. Vegas to cover against Commanders, but without knowing for Jaden Daniels, I don't feel great about that one.
Yeah. I think we go with the under on the Chiefs.
I like that.
Game.
I like that a lot. Okay, I'm done. Okay, so Kansas City
under
versus New York Giants
45.5.
over 45.5. I know, that's what I'm saying. It seems too high. It seems too high.
It seems weird.
Okay.
So our 9-leg parlay. I pick one. You pick one.
Yes.
Okay, my one is going to be the Arizona Cardinals to cover the spread.
Over the Cowboys?
Yep.
Really?
For my 9-leg. Arizona +3.
You're taking AZ +3. I am going to take the Buccaneers -7.
I like that.
Okay. Now the 11-leg. This is where the long shots happen. This is where, this is where we create generational wealth.
Yep. This is where you win a parlay that's viral on Barstool Sports
I
and
would love it. I'd love it so much.
hits it hard. I'm going Dallas -1.5.
I had a feeling you were going there. I had a
Yep.
feeling you were going there. I'm not 100% upset. I took the Bears, but I'm not upset about the Dallas -1.5 at all.
Okay. Are you about to take Carolina?
No.
Okay.
Well, I thought about it. I thought about it because I do think that this is a game that they're gonna do very well in. I am going to bank on the only thing that I can guarantee in the NFL through the first 2 weeks, because it's the only team that I've watched every snap for since preseason started, and it's that the Pittsburgh Steelers do not have a great defense. We're taking the over at 44.5 on this.
Hit over 44.5.
Versus
Okay.
New England over 44.5. Okay.
So
Let's
our
do
ladder
this.
bet, we've got a 3-leg parlay. Packers over 41.5 versus the Bears. Chargers cover the 2.5, or we lay
Browns.
the Chargers.
Packers and Browns.
Packers and Browns, my bad. Chargers cover the 2.5-point spread as favorites against the Denver Broncos, and the Cincinnati Bengals cover the 3-point underdog spread against the Minnesota Vikings.
So 50
then
on that one.
We go $50 on that one.
Yep.
Then we have a 5-leg parlay. Packers, Chargers, Cincinnati, including Giants +6 against the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Seahawks over 41.5 versus the New Orleans Saints. Then we have a 7-leg spread, including Packers, Chargers, Cincinnati, New York Giants, Seattle Seahawks, Green Bay, 8.5-point favorites, cover. Kansas City, under 45.5 with the New York Giants. Seems like a layup. 9-leg parlay, Arizona Cardinals cover 3-point spread as underdogs. Tampa Bay Buccaneers cover 7-point spread as favorites. Dallas stinking Cowboys on the 11-leg parlay.
We're betting on the Cowboys.
1.5-point spread covered as favorites. Pittsburgh Steelers over. Yes, we're betting an over on the Steelers. 44.5 points against the New England Patriots. That's our 11-leg ladder parlay. This is shots and ladders, baby. We've done shots. We built the ladder.
Hold up. Do you want to know how much we're going to make on this, or are you just going to call it early? Or
I'm ready to hear how much we're going to make on it.
We need to know how much money we're going to make.
We went
methodical.
We're betting $100.
We are. So we're betting $100, and the way the $100 is going to break out is for the 3-leg parlay, we're going to be betting $50. Okay. That's a big one, because that's a guarantee. There's no way that we're missing a 3-leg parlay. The 5-leg parlay is going to be a $25 bet. Okay.
We're at 75.
5-leg parlay.
The 7-leg.
Or the 7-leg parlay is a $15 bet.
We're at 90.
The 9-leg parlay is a $5 bet, as well as the 11-leg parlay is a $5 bet.
Okay, what do we win if the Packers go over 41.5, the Chargers cover their 2.5-point spread as favorites, and the Bengals cover their 3-point spread as underdogs?
With if $50 those bet. 3 happen, nothing to write home about, because this is free money. Like, this is Vegas can't give us too much for it because they're just giving us money. We win $344.
So we bet 50 to win 344.
Yes.
Love that.
Okay.
Love that. We're winning our money back on the $100 ladder parlay
for the next couple weeks. You know, this is going to cover. Yeah, I was going to say we're going to go out. We're going to have a nice steak dinner after this.
Yep.
I'll take you out. I'll wine and dine you. You know,
we'll
have a good old time. We will have a blast of it.
I'm so down for that.
Okay.
Now we've got $25 on a 5-leg parlay.
Yes. $25 on a 5-leg. We'll make it $626.
$626.
$626.
Half of rent.
Half of rent.
Beautiful.
Packers and Chiefs and Giants.
Yep.
Make it a 7-leg parlay.
7
Our
parlay.
$15 bet on that one turns into $1,160 win if we hit a 7-leg parlay on a $15 bet, Coleson.
And this, if the 7-leg hits, that means the 3-leg also hit and the 5-leg also hit.
So by the time the 7-leg hits, that's what, 17? That's $2,000.
$2,000 in profit. Yeah. We're getting
I hate to tell you, but it gets better.
9-leg parlay, $5 bet.
What do you think a $5 bet? A $5. I got $5 in my wallet. I can throw away right now. Not worry about
of course.
It.
I could wipe my nose with $5.
Here's the thing. We don't need to wipe our nose with it. We don't need to throw it away because what we can do is we can turn it into a 9-leg parlay that pays out $1,385.
So now we're at $3,385 in winnings.
Let's see here. 1,385. Yeah, $3,500.
$3,500. Okay. I like $3,500. I like where we're at with $3,500.
From there,
from $100.
From there, if the Cowboys win by 2 points and the Steelers and Patriots go over, it's not that much.
Right.
It's not that much. It's easy to do. That $5 bet pays out $5,190.
Holy shit!
Which means, Coles.
Yeah.
If we just accurately got 11 games, just 11, accurately predicted, we will turn $100 into a combined $8,705. That pays for dinner.
Yep.
That pays for the strip clubs after, because I would be going nuts if this hits. Let me tell you.
Can't wait.
We're gonna party it up. We're going to Mexico.
Fuck yeah.
We buying the finest shit.
$8,705. I love it. Bet at your own risk. This is a good ladder parlay.
It's great.
Cannot wait to see all these things happen.
Can't wait for a 3-leg parlay to lose at some point, and
let's put that out into the universe. That's a good idea. What's going to happen is we're going to hit 3-leg, 5-leg, 7-leg, 9-leg, 11-leg, $8,705 profit off of a $100 bet. I can't wait. Tell you guys what, we are absolutely blessed that it is football season. It was a long season without football. Trying to figure out what to do at night when all there is on is baseball, the NBA, the MLB, even the NHL. Those sports are fun. It's not the football.
It's not football.
It's not the National Football League. It's not NCAA college football. Go Haynes King. Go Boise State. This is shots and ladders.
You're home for gambling, drinking, and degeneracy.
Appreciate you tuning in.
Let's win some money.
Let's win some money. Cheers.
Cheers. How's it going, guys?